So I was gonna do a video about catfishing, but then I realized that my definition of catfishing was different than what it actually means. What it actually means is when somebody basically creates like a whole fake person and is sort of scheming you to either get money or God knows whatever else. But that's more catfishing. What I thought catfishing was like that, but also anybody who's just basically lying to you on their profile about their physical appearance, like how tall they are, how old they are, and all that kind of stuff. But basically that's just people who lie to you. So in this episode, I'm going to be talking about what to do if you're in that situation where you're dating for the first time, somebody, whether it's online or however else you've come across this person, and they haven't portrayed themselves to be exactly who they are. I mean, maybe they've just told you that they're 5 inches taller than they are, or that they're, 20 years younger than they are, and that kind of thing. So this has actually happened to me in the past. I did a lot of online dating when I was younger, and I met this guy who claimed to be probably 15 years younger than he actually was. And I was very smart with my dating. I would always just meet somebody for the first time just for drinks or like a quick dessert or something like that. I'd never do like a full-blown on date with dinner or a movie or something like that, because you really just want to get in, get out, because you don't know who you're going to meet. You don't know if you're going to mesh well. You don't want to waste your time, their time, if you know right off the bat that this isn't going to work. So with the person that I met, he was a very nice gentleman. I took the time to just try to get to know him, but I did make a comment, probably jokingly, like, "Oh, you look a little different than what you portrayed on your photos there," and that kind of thing. And I know some people have gone on these dates with people that they've been people that have lied to them. And some people have just sort of vanished, or maybe they saw the person before they actually met and they just sort of ditched them before, this person even knew that they were there, or whatever the situation. And, I know that's totally probably okay to do, but I think in this situation, you should take the higher road. Dating is really difficult, especially, in this very superficial world we live in. And it kind of makes it very difficult for some people who aren't comfortable with themselves. And, I think in this situation, it wouldn't be mean of you if you said nicely to the person, like, "Hey, I was expecting somebody a little younger," or, "I'm not comfortable starting any kind of relationship with somebody who has to lie about themselves, and it's just not what I'm looking for." Or, you could just, if you're not comfortable saying those types of things, you could just sort of say like, "Hey, I don't think this is going to work for me. Like, I don't want to waste your time. It's great to meet you, but I actually have another plan to go to," or whatever. You can make up excuses or whatever, but you don't want to be like mean or rude to that person, because dating is really hard. And so let's have a little empathy here, But it's also a good idea to sort of point out to them that, it's not a good idea to lie to the general public about who you are, because they're going to find out. It's going to be very noticeable to the person that you're going to meet up with, that you're not 20 years younger, that you're not 5 inches taller, and that kind of thing. So, so basically, if you've been in this situation, which I know many people have been, just try to be as gracious as you can, but you can also be very upfront about your feelings about the situation.